Where's Wilson? Get back in there and sell. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Daily Update, and I think we called this pretty perfectly. Again, I didn't expect the 1,000-point down day today, but certainly not a surprise, as we did say that the tops most likely were in. Interest rates were too high, and of course, we're starting to see all this play out. And again, this is not the end. Remember, okay, a year ago, people would have killed to get 3% on 10-year treasuries, but now that they're at 3.3, they're deciding, well, maybe you want to stay in the equity market. Now they're looking for the dips to buy. This was the late money we've been talking about, the retail trade that has been coming in to buy at the end of the move versus at the beginning of the move. What we saw today is a sell-off. This was not anywhere near 1987 or anywhere near some of the bigger sells we've had. This was basically, if you knock down one digit off the S&P or off the Dow, you're talking about a sell-off that's, 40 points, 50, 80 points. Again, it's not that big a deal, okay? It's a sell-off. I think the key to watch here is the VIX. The VIX is nowhere near as high as it should be based on the sell-off today. I think the VIX closed around 22. It should have been up 25, 26. If you remember back in January, the VIX was in the mid-30s or 40s. So it's something to understand that this selling is not through yet. This was not a panic puke sell that we talk about. This was a pure just sell-off. And they really sold off everything. They sold off grains. They sold off oil. The only things that had any hope today were the bonds were flat, okay, which that's a flight to quality trade. So they stayed flat, but they're going much lower as well. You watch. And gold rallied a little bit. But again, I don't look at gold as a fear asset anyways. It's just another commodity. It was higher, which we expected, but it didn't explode. I think gold is getting ready to explode to the upside, and it's going to start with these little rallies like we see now, and then one day you're going to watch it, and it's going to be through that 1220 resistance level that we've been talking about for quite a while. The grains were, a little bit lower, but again, I think today was more selling everything and ask questions later, but without panic, just kind of liquidation. And I think we'll see going forward that money that's coming out of equities will flow into grains, will flow into meats, will flow into a lot of the commodity spaces because it's going to be looking for some place to go. You're going to now see some of the people that didn't get out will now puke out here, and that will create more selling. Now, I would not be surprised at all to see tomorrow a dead cat bounce, and I'll give you one tool here to watch for. If we gap up tomorrow morning, okay, that's probably a sell signal. If they continue to flush them into the morning, that may be a spot to buy for a dip. Again, it's an old traders thing. If you get the big panic in the morning, usually that's a chance to step in and buy for a quick trade. If you get a dead cat bounce right from the opening, that's usually a great spot you want to look to be a seller. But the overall picture, again, the fretting on TV, I did about 4 or 5 TV spots today. Everyone wants to know, again, if you're an investor and you're hedged, you're thrilled. If you're just a regular investor and not hedged, don't worry about it. Take a deep breath, close your eyes and say, okay, the markets do have sell-offs. They don't go straight up. So I think that's important for you to understand and for you to watch. Don't get caught up in the panic. Don't get caught up with the media. Sit back, relax, take a deep breath, and understand that the markets do go up 8% year over year. We've got earnings starting on Friday. And of course, I'm convinced that the guidance is going to be lousy because, again, the Fed talks about 2% inflation. For me, it's more like 5% inflation. Automakers are in trouble. There's a lot of trouble there, and we've said this almost every day. There's been more new lows being made every day than new highs. Those are all warning signs that everybody chooses to ignore. Remember, the bull market on optimism, when we almost got to 27,000, and then we pull back a little bit, we're going through it. Well, we didn't. And I think now you can look for a much bigger sell-off. Now, again, do not sell into the hole down here. Do not try to chase the market down. Wait for a dead cat bounce. It will come. I guarantee it, there'll be a dead cat bounce. And then we'll look for a level to sell. But right now, they're just selling right now, and they're asking questions later. But it was not a real panic sell. It was more of a controlled sell-off because, again, the VIX should be much higher than it is right here. So watch gold. We're looking for gold to break out. Watch silver. The cryptos did fine today based on the overall market action. The money did not flow out of there. So we look for what I would expect tomorrow. I'd expect to see a large rally first thing out of the gate, which that's when we're going to probably want to sell. If that is the case, I may do an early update tomorrow just to give you an idea of what I'm seeing. But in the meantime, don't get caught up with the media. Don't get caught up with the world's coming to an end. If you're an investor, stay calm, take a deep breath and relax. If you're a trader, this is great action for you to trade. In the meantime, we'll check and see what it looks like tomorrow. But in the meantime, today, just a sell-off, okay? In the meantime, looking good, Louie, feeling good, Billy. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow on Bubba's Daily Update. Don't forget about our high school investing program. If you'd like to help us out, go to Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba Trading. And don't forget to catch the Bubba Show every day from 4 to 5 Eastern at libertytalk.fm. And we did have the Red Sox last night, and that series is over. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Thursday. Maybe an early update, depending on what's going on. Have a great day, everybody. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.